Doggone it, I gotta pee again. This is not funny anymore. Hey there, gorgeous. We're just gonna ignore it right now. We're gonna hope it goes away. Go away, go away, go away. I wanted to give you an update. I realize I have not given many updates this entire pregnancy, not as many as I did with Jet, and I apologize in advance. If you've been following my personal updates this past year, then you know that it's just been through a lot this year. 2018 has just been very, very challenging. I lost my dad, as many of you know. That's been incredibly tough. So, as of right now that I'm filming this video, I'm 36 weeks. By the time you see this video though, I will more than likely be in my 37th week. I just have so many videos coming out this week that I don't think this one will be able to come out on time, if that makes sense. I'm filming a lot of videos for maternity leave. I wanted to be much more prepared this time than I was last time with Jet. There was a 6-week absence where I didn't really post much of anything, and I'm gonna try not to do that this time. I'm gonna try to be more on point. And I feel like I have more energy this pregnancy, which is really bizarre to me. I think it's because I am chasing an 18-month-old who does not want to sit still. Oh my gosh, this child is trying to kill himself. Every time I turn around, it's like, Jet, Jet, Jet. The child never slows down, and I kept describing these things that he was doing to my mom, and my mom says, Sabrina, you were the same exact way. I was like, oh my gosh, I am so sorry, Mom. I am really sorry. Oh yeah, she said I kept trying to kill myself every 5 minutes. I was an adventurer. I was a wanderer. I couldn't sit still. I was here, there, everywhere. She said my sister was totally opposite. I was like, oh, please let this next child be like my sister. But I really think that she will be, because she has been much different than Jet was in the womb. And I talked about this in the previous video I did on my pregnancy update. She's nowhere near as 100% active as he was. I mean, the boy never calmed down. I think that's why I was so tired at the end, was because he never slept, I felt like, which in turn I never slept. But she's not like that. Some days I have to poke at her to get her to move. I'm like, are you still in there? I had talked about this pregnancy back around, I want to say somewhere in the 20s mark. I can't remember exactly when. And I had mentioned having little aches and pains, problems with my sciatica, etc. No problems with the sciatica since then. It pretty much went away, resolved itself, and I haven't had any issues, to be honest. I mean, I'm really surprised at the lack of pain that I'm having. I have no back pain, no foot pain. I mean, I was close to getting plantar fasciitis with Jet, and I haven't had any of that with her. Probably because I took my midwife's advice with Jet and I started wearing more supportive shoes when she told me to, but I've been doing that this entire pregnancy, so it didn't give it a chance to develop if it was going to develop. So maybe I saved myself a little bit there. I've had really bad Braxton Hicks contractions today, of all days, and I think I am just dehydrated today. I've been drinking water, taking my magnesium supplement like my midwife told me to, and I'm noticing they're starting to calm down. And I've also been relaxing today because I think I've just been overdoing it. I've been running around. I took Jet to the zoo this past weekend, to a little water park they had there, which he thoroughly enjoyed. And I need to take it easy. I realize that. It's still unbelievable to me to think that there are only 4 weeks left of this pregnancy. I mean, give or take. We don't know. She could be 2 weeks late like Jet was. She could be 2 weeks early. We really don't know. But it's sad that it's coming to a close. I feel like it's gone by so fast, but I really think it's because of everything that has happened in 2018. I didn't really get to stop and enjoy the pregnancy. I mean, I really only have one picture of me pregnant this whole pregnancy, where I think I have at least 10 or 12 with Jet. And I told my husband we need to get out there and take some pictures before she comes, because I don't want her to have no pictures of when I was pregnant with her. She has to have that. I have been very diligent though about keeping a baby book for her because I kept one for Jet and I was very detailed about it, and I wanted to do the same thing for her. I didn't want her to feel left out. Later in life, he'll have his, and I didn't want her to feel like, well, where's mine? So I've been real careful to document as much as possible for her and have that keepsake in the future. But someone did say to me recently too that you want to enjoy these last few weeks with Jet and spend as much time with him as possible while he's still the only child, because once she gets here, everything's going to change. It's going to be different and she's going to become the priority. Not that he's going to get left out or anything. I am still going to be very actively including him with her, and I never want him to feel second fiddle. Ever. I don't want either of them to feel that way. I want there to be equal everything as much as possible with both of them and no favoritism whatsoever. I know what that feels like based on personal experience, and it's not fun. I noticed too with this pregnancy, I'm not as short of breath with her. And I'm almost wondering if it's because she's going to be much smaller, because Jet was 9 pounds 13 ounces when he came out. And I have to wonder if because he was so big, he was taking up so much more room, making it harder for me to breathe. But not really had that with her, thank goodness. And the heartburn and indigestion is still there, very much present like it was with Jet, but it's nowhere near as intense either. So every pregnancy is different, but I will show you a bump date. Everyone I meet tells me that I'm so small. You look so small for being so far along. And I'm like, thank you, because I feel like a bus. Hey, I do. All right, so there she is. And I am all up front with her. I mean, it's like gaboom. And I noticed the sides of my stomach hurt 10 times worse with her than they did with Jet, and I honestly believe it's because she is way more this way, where he was more this way, if that makes sense. I've mentioned this before when I was pregnant with Jet, and I'll mention it again in case there are some new people who are not aware of my feelings on the topic, but I will not be putting my daughter on social media, just like I don't put my son on social media. I don't really believe in that. I may share pictures from time to time, but as far as them being in videos, yeah, no, I'm not comfortable with that. There's too much oversharing, I feel like, and too many freaky people out there on the internet. And if we didn't have those few bad apples, then I would say 100% sure, let's do it. But unfortunately, one bad apple ruins it for the bunch. And I do it not only to protect my children, but also I'm thinking about them for the future. I mean, you gotta remember, they don't really have a say as to whether or not they want to be on YouTube or on social media, and it's not fair of me to put them out there without their consent. That's not right. And if my parents had done it to me, I'll just be honest with you, I probably wouldn't have been too happy about it. So it's twofold. It's from a protection aspect, but it's also about respecting them. So that's it. That's the complete update. I more than likely will not have another one for you until after she is born, when I come on and I share her birth story like I did with Jet and introduce pictures of her to you at that time, which I think I might do that around 2 weeks after she's born, depending on how I feel, of course. I'm going to take it easy. I'm not one of those people that feels like they have to get up and start exercising the next day. No, I take my recovery very seriously and I enjoy it, trust me. So thank you to everyone who has asked how I'm doing and who wanted this update. I hope that it was informative for you. If you have any questions or anything that you're curious about, feel free to ask below. If I feel comfortable answering it, I will. If not, I won't. But you know that's just how I am. Anyway, thank you so much for being subscribed. Thank you for being here. Thank you for your support, your well wishes, kind words, and may God bless each and every one of you. I'll see you again very soon.